based on what you have done to that root word. So whatever comes from this is going to have something to do with writing. All right, and so now we can. This is a he wrote. We want to feminize it, make it say she wrote, and we get bat. Now that's going to be the pattern that is used not just for kataba, but fa'ala, jalasa, any word that you come up with. To feminize it, you're going to add a sukoon. That's a sukoon, no vowel, a sukoon tat to it, and that makes it feminine. All right. So that's something that we want to digest, so that we will know what we are talking about based on what has been done to the verb. Now we're gonna do something else to that verb, and we're gonna keep it third person so that we are keeping it as a witnessing. And so we're gonna say katabu. See, I kept it singular. Now we're gonna make it plural.
Is there a way you can keep the mic with you?
Oh. Well, I'll take it. Thank you. I appreciate you. Appreciate you bringing it to me. Thank you.
Okay.
I'll do that. Thank you. All right. Yeah, we can do that. Thank you. Thank you, brother. Okay. Boo. Katabu means they wrote. They wrote. Katabu. All right. That's how you form the plural, by adding the long. Don't ask me why that aleph is at the end. I don't know. But then when we pluralize it, that's what we do. We don't put just the ooh there out the katabu. We actually put an aleph after. All right. Now we can also pluralize that by. Pluralize it by making it. Well, we should actually pluralize it first. Change it to first person. That's. By the way, persons, there are persons in every aspect of a conversation. In case you don't remember that from your English, we'll see one of my former students back there bowing his head because he remembered that, all right. There, first person, second person, and third person. In the English order, that first person is the speaker. In the second person is the person spoken to, and the third person is the person spoken of. Now, actually, the way the Arabic language is situated, we deal with the third person first. But we're not going to try to change the order around and have the confusion. We'll just say third person is that person spoken of. Okay. Now, so that takes care of the person spoken of. We can also speak of we can make it plural feminine. All right. That plural there is both masculine and feminine, if you have feminine involved. But we want to just say that it's just feminine, no men involved in it, no males involved in it. We katabanna, shadda on this, katabanna, adding the noon with a shadda on it, and that makes it now they all females. They all females wrote it. I want to say I wrote it. I say, let's put it over here. Katab 2. Now that's I wrote. Katab 2. All right. I want to say we wrote. That's plural of the singular. Katab 2. Now I say katabna. So watch that. Watch those endings, and you will see that when they come up, even when you go and read if you're reading just translation, you'll see that they are consistent with what we're telling you here. You want to see we or our, it's going to be like this: katabna. So now we have singular masculine, singular feminine, plural masculine and feminine. Or feminine can be included in there, but if it's just feminine, then it's katabanna, which is all females. Why is it am I not talking about masculine and feminine in first person? Because that's the person who's speaking, so it should be obvious. The person who's spoken of may or may not be present, right? So you won't know. So that distinction is given there. Just not. We don't have to say, and the brothers wrote. We just put kataba, and I'm sorry, we want to make it plural. Say katabu, and we'll know that it's more than one brother. Although sisters may be involved in also. If we want to say the sisters wrote, say katabanna. All right. That's how we are forming words. Let me see how we're doing with the time. We are running pretty close on the time, so you forgot 5 minutes. Thank you. I'd ask him to. I kind of keep a little clock in my head too. So just as he raised his hand, I was looking at my clock, my smart clock. My phone is almost smart. All right. Okay. So we will continue with the way that words are formed. This particular way, I'll just sum up what we're saying here now. This particular way here is just dealing with adding pronouns to the end of the word. We're not quite finished with it, but we'll finish with adding the pronouns, and then we'll show you other ways. There are ways to show whether it's a place where the writing took place, whether it's the thing that has been written, or whether it is the naming the writer. We're just referring to the writer here. Then we can show how the writer is referred to as a writer. Here we're just saying they did it. Then we can actually say so and so wrote, and we don't have to write with one word. We can say that he's a writer. We can say that she's a writer. We can say that I'm a writer, and just write one word by what we do to the word. Okay, so that's how we form the words, and I want you to understand that so that you're not just dealing with sounds, and then you have to try to remember every sound. When you learn the words the way I'm showing you here, just on the verb form alone, these are pronouns added to, but just for the verb form alone, you have 59 words that come from one word. And you don't have to memorize all 59 of them. Once you know what's done to the end of them, you learn the first one, and when you see any others coming from it, you know that it's. And by learning what, for instance, you learn that the two added on to the end of the word with a sukoon on the last letter, that's I did it. And if it's a sukoon ta, then that's she did it, and so forth. Like you learn those clues, and then any other word you just want to know, it said the rest too. That's I studied. All right. It said darasat. She studied, okay? So that's how, and not all there are other ways to study also. So we'll learn the difference between, in other words, all studying is not darasat, all right? But we'll learn those distinctions so you won't think, oh, they mean the same thing. No two words mean the same thing in Arabic. That's what I would like to leave you today, that no two words mean the same thing, but by going to these root words, you can see what the distinction is between one word and another that may be translated the same. Thank you very much. May Allah continue to bless us. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar.